How about the last one? Last one is probably the most important one to me, and it's taking care of ourselves. I don't care what school you work in. Parents need to take care of themselves just like teachers do. I often say that some misbehavior in children is actually a result of bad behavior or poor behavior on the part of the adult, the teacher or the parent. Because if a teacher, I would have to imagine, just like a parent, you walk into an environment, you're all tired and stressed, that just transmits through the invisible airwaves right down to the child, and it actually makes them act out and misbehave even worse. So one of the things that I like to carry around is an oxygen mask. And why? Because when we get on an aircraft, what does the flight attendant usually say? You know, put it on yourself first, then put it on your child. It's a great analogy that you can be the greatest parent in the world, but if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not likely going to get a lot of cooperation. So can I get you to agree with me? Is this the same goes for the classroom?
By all means. We have a saying that leave your personal life outside the door because the children can feed off of it. If you are frustrated or tired, children know that, and that's when they're going to misbehave and break the rules and test you. So if you don't take care of yourself, then you won't be able to take care of the children in your classroom, by all means.
Laura, you agree?
Absolutely. And I think, too, you can almost incorporate the kids in helping you to maybe de-stress, maybe doing, like if you're feeling that, maybe have the kids sit down. I'm feeling a little bit stressed out. Let's do some relaxation exercises, and you can have them doing the breathing in, breathing out, or any other kind of relaxation exercise you might do with the kids, even just to settle yourself if you're having one of those moments.
And what you said, Leela, is important. Is they feed off of it. You know, we feed off of each other's stress. Have you ever seen a situation where you're in one room, and maybe not you, someone you've seen. Someone's in a room, and another person walks into the room, like in a huff. Ugh! And that other person turns and goes, "What?"
Exactly.
And you were fine just a moment ago. But we feed off of other people around us. You got to imagine that kids are doing the same thing. And we're connected to the people, the teachers, the children around us through invisible wires. You know, and like you said, they feed off of that. So if a teacher, especially a young teacher, walks into a classroom, she's stressed, she stayed up too late, she's been partying out with her friends, and then she walks in the classroom, oftentimes that's the first teacher that sends me an email and says, "What do I do about this behavior?" So when I do my clinical work with adults, I go, "Okay, let me ask you a few questions. What's going on around the behavior? What's happening just before it took place? What's going on with you before you walked into the situation?" So it's really important for us to remember that you can, like I said, you got the best parenting skills in the world, but if you aren't taking care of you, your batteries aren't charged up. And the most important thing is not only do other people get the sense, the feeling, but it also stresses you out because you don't know what to do. You're confronted with a challenging behavior in the classroom or the home, and because that stress drains us, it's very difficult for us to be happy, joyful, and creative, the things that kind of go together. Exactly. And so oftentimes I'll tell parents, you know, you got to take time out. We got to take care of ourselves in spiritual ways, in emotional ways, in social ways, and of course physical. We've got to go through those measures to do that. One time in one of my parenting classes, I told them, you all have to go home and think of a new, simple way of taking care of yourself you've never done before. They came back to class the next week, and I said, "How many here came up with an idea?" Now, most of them raised their hand. I said, "Awesome." One lady in the back offered her little thing that she did differently. She said she locked the bathroom door. I said, that's amazing because it's so simple. How simple can we get? Because we think taking care of ourselves like go to a spa for the day, go on a cruise. We don't necessarily have to do something so elaborate just to take care of us. And in fact, that lady, I was asking her, I said, so what were your kids doing when you're locking the bathroom door? She goes, "Oh, they're banging their heads on the door, you know, little fingers coming in from under the door." And I felt bad about it. And I said, "Well, keep it up anyway." So about a week later, she came back to the class. I said, "How's it going with keeping that bathroom door locked?" And she says, "Awesome." I said, "What are your kids doing now?" She says, "I have no idea." I said, "Really? You have no idea?" And I said, "How can you have no idea what your kids are doing?" She says, "Well, you know, I just kind of took that whole message a step further and got myself one of those little portable CD players with headphones. And I listened to soft, gentle music." So we can come up with all kinds of ideas on taking care of ourselves in different ways. Do you have any suggestions for teachers, either young teachers or senior teachers, on how they can take care of themselves better?
Well, there's really a simple one, and as teachers, we will get caught up in our work and what we're doing and thinking of ideas, you need to take a break. Every day you need to take a break, even if it's 15 minutes, walk out of the room and let your mind stop thinking about what you're supposed to be doing in the classroom or what you want to do the next day. Just give yourself a break. As simple as that.
One of our teachers actually needs to physically leave the premise. It's only maybe a 15 or 20-minute break. She
Exactly.
goes, I just go take a drive, or I'll go take a walk. Physically
Exactly.
leave the building, I think, sometimes. Not just take your break in a break room or, you know, in the office or something like that, but, you know, physically leave the building for as long as you have, just
So
to get away from it.
most preschool classroom environments, they're able to have someone cover for them? They have more than one teacher?
In the ideal situation, yeah, they have
Yeah, I mean,
breaks.
yeah, if
and
they're
we have
working a certain
scheduled
number of hours, they would need a certain time breaks, like whether a 15-minute break or a half-hour break.
And you know, taking it a step further, you know, I also tell parents and teachers, tell the kids you need the break. And it's okay, without a joyful face, to say, Mommy needs a break. You know, and walk away, because what are you teaching the child? Some people are afraid to say that, but no, they need to know that, because then the child goes, wow, Mom's taking care of herself. She's actually walking away. And the best part is, after you take that 50 minutes to come back, showing signs that it actually worked, that you're actually refreshed and you're feeling a lot better. Well, thank you so much for being here today. We've covered a lot of things, and I appreciate your input, because a lot of teachers will learn from this. In today's show, I illustrated 10 effective tools for creating cooperative kids. Now, each tool must be practiced and done continuously to not only change your child's behavior, but to build new habits in you as a caregiver. Now, be patient with your child, as the behavior you're trying to change may actually get worse, and temporarily, before it actually gets better. And of course, be patient with yourself as you're learning new habits in your communication and your own behavior. I hope you'll join me for future episodes of this program as I offer more tools to help you rebuild your discipline toolbox as an awesome parent or teacher. If you'd like to get this program in your local viewing area, contact my office to find out how. Remember, making the world a better place to live begins at home as parents. I'm Bill Corbett, and I'll see you next time on Creating Cooperative Kids.